that we know some things, we let love give us wings. It's free, it's the key, it's for you and me, you and me. So let's discover love's great wonder. Let's discover the spell we are under. Love! Love! With Mililli. Love. Hello. I'm Merlin. Mililli. Welcome to the Love Show, where we grapple with the question, what is love? Today we want to know, is love strength? VIA, Values in Action, an institute based in Cincinnati, Ohio, that connects research and practice. They help individuals and professionals practice the science of character strengths every day to do better in their lives. According to VIA, love is a strength within the virtue category of humanity, one of 6 virtues that subcategorize the 24 strengths. Humanity describes strengths that are interpersonal and are mostly relevant in one-on-one relationships. The other strengths in humanity and are kindness, love, and social intelligence. The other strengths in humanity are kindness, love, and social intelligence. So VIA, Values in Action people, think that love is a strength. Mary Trump, Donald's niece, said her grandfather, Fred, Donald's father, raised his family to think that love and kindness were weaknesses. I grew up in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, the I-95 corridor, Sikorsky exit for the exit cats. It's a small area that is densely populated with many families that raise their children the same way the Trumps were raised. There are a great many people who were taught to believe that love is a weakness. But I disagree. So since I wrote the show, the president and the first lady tested positive for COVID, and that's a weakness. But I just have to say that love is what will get them through the weakness. Love is what will get our country through this. Certainly not hate. Love is a strength, yes, but love as a strength might be like love as a power, in that Love is not just power, it is the power. We learned here on the Love Show just last week. I feel that love might be not just a strength or a virtue. I think love is the strength, the virtue, the strength to beat all strengths, the virtue to beat all virtues. Does love drive out hatred? According to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., love is the only thing that can drive out hatred. Does love kill the duty to kill another human being? We learned in our Is Love the Death of Duty episode that love does not just kill the duty to kill another person, but love is the only thing that can kill the duty to kill another human being. Just love. Does love drive out greed? Yes. My son, years ago, when he was about 11, asked me if I was stranded in a desert and had one bottle of water and there was one other person with me, would I share my bottle of water? I said, of course I would share my bottle of water. And he said, then you would die. And I said, oh no, I don't think I would die from sharing. Oh, excuse me. I'm in California. It's so smoky here. It's really quite hard to breathe. Oh, pray for rain. So I said, oh no, I don't think I would die from sharing. But I might die if I don't share. I mean, what if the other person killed me for the water because I didn't share? Or what if the water was karmically toxic and it killed me? I told my son that I thought not sharing, being greedy with the water, was far more dangerous than sharing. Is sharing love? I guess it depends on what you're sharing. Sharing COVID wouldn't be love. But another love show. I think sharing and looking after your fellow humans is love. For me, it's love. Now, I just want to state right here that at the Love Show, for our purposes, love is not sex. We have proved it on several different love shows, and I just want to make it clear that I am never talking about sex when I say love. And I don't mean sex when I say sharing either. I mean love. Pure, real love. Love. That powerful strength to beat all strengths. Throughout history, hate has never won. Hate does not conquer all. Love does. And only love. It's the power to beat all powers. The strength to beat all strengths. Love, friends, is not just a strength. Love is the strength. Hate is the weakest link. Hate is easily broken down with what? Love. Love lasts over lifetimes. Love is proven to be more real than reality. We proved it here at the Love Show. Excuse me. Death doesn't even beat love. Someone can pass away out of your life, but yet stay in your life. How? Because of love. Because they stay in your heart. Love lasts. Heather Vogel Frederick wrote, "Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends." Love is vast. But I can see how people mistake it for a weakness. If you've been hurt by love, it can be easy to let love make you bitter. But it is not really love that's making you bitter. Au contraire, mon frère. On the contrary, that would be hatred. Hatred makes one bitter. And what drives out hatred? Love. Which brings me back to self-love again. We found in our self-love episode that if you don't first love yourself, you cannot love anyone else. Perhaps we should revisit self-love soon. I wonder if you can't love yourself, if you can't give yourself love, can you then in turn give anyone else love, and thusly can you not give it all? Is love generosity? Is love compromise? Good thing. More love shows, for sure. Nonetheless, I think the current state of our nation, I live in the U.S., or something that resembles what I used to know as the U.S., it's 2020, and Trump is still president. I think that the current state of our nation, the current state of our president, stems mainly from self-loathing. I know. He is the most narcissistic man you will ever meet. How can a narcissist also be self-loathing, you ask? Because he is meticulous in his own observations of his flaws. Yes, he's looking in the mirror a lot, but thusly seeing all of the flaws with a fine-tooth comb. And then, denial ain't just a river in Egypt. Then he denies himself his own criticism and projects it onto someone else. Hillary, Biden, poor moderator at the debate. He has to look in the mirror and be someone lovable. That is the conundrum. The denial runs so vast and so deep after years of it that I doubt he even knows what is true anymore. Pathological liars don't just lie to you and me. They lie to themselves, mostly. Excuse me. If you think love is a weakness, and you think loving yourself is a weakness, then no matter how long you narcissistically look in the mirror, you'll never love yourself and thusly never be able to love at all. That, friends, is a serious, crippling weakness. So self-loathing is one thing, but narcissistic self-loathing is hardcore self-loathing. It's like regular self-loathing on steroids. And realistically, self-loathing narcissists need our love. But we must be careful not to enable them so that they keep self-loathing. We cannot support their bad behavior. Tell them the truth. Truth is love. Lies are hate. Did you know that we have 917 organized hate groups in the U.S.? 917. Psychology Today had an article entitled "The Psychology of Hate. Why We Hate." I quoted the article in our Does Love Drive Out Hatred episode back in January. Their studies show that hatred comes from fear. Fear of the other, fear of ourselves. The things people hate about others are the things they fear within themselves. Are hate groups narcissistic self-loathers? You bet. I think they have to be. I'd like to take a moment here to denounce violence. In particularly, I condemn white supremacy. We here at the Love Show condemn white supremacy. That is how you condemn white supremacy. It's easy. Was it hard? As soon as you think you're better than someone else, you're not. I've been saying that for many years. And it's still true. We are all equal. You're not better than anyone else. White supremacy is hatred for people who are not white. That is not love. That is hate. Fear of the other. That is why Trump can only rally hate groups and call them to stand by. He has not been able to rally love groups. He tried by tear gassing protesters, which happened to include the love group, the church people, who were handing out waters and granola bars to the protesters in front of their church, because that is what love groups do. The love group, or the church, was closed due to COVID at the time. So he tried to rally the love group, like I said, by getting his photo up in front of the closed church. The photo up to take a picture of him holding a Bible upside down. He tried, but he is a narcissistic self-loather. How do you rally a love group? With love. You don't tear gas them, that's for sure. I would like to take another moment to touch on something. The hate groups lately seem to be blaming organizations, love organizations, if you will, for violence. Organizations like Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Antifa are anti-fascists. I'd like to take yet another moment to define fascist. Merriam-Webster defines fascism as a political philosophy, movement, or regime such as that of the fascists that exalts nation and that stands for centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader. Severe economic and social regimentation and forcible suppression of opposition. 2. A tendency toward or actual exercise of strong autocratic or dictatorial control. What is wrong with being anti-autocratic? What is wrong with being anti-dictatorial? Our whole country used to be anti-fascist, anti-dictatorial, anti-autocratic. When we fought World War I and II, World Wars I and II, we fought against fascists. We fought against dictators. Literally, Hitler was a dictator. Mussolini was a fascist dictator. My great-grandmother Mililli, from whom I get my name, which is a matrilineal name, by the way, my great-grandmother Mililli left Sicily when Mussolini came into power with my grandmother and a steamer trunk to become an immigrant in the United States. They were processed in Ellis Island, just beneath the Statue of Liberty. Running from fascism to New York, New York. Imagine. They had papers, so no, my family wasn't labeled WAPs, in case you were wondering. How are they to know they were just running from the frying pan into the fire, though? I'm afraid we don't solve these problems by running from them. Woody Guthrie and Bob Dylan sported a sticker on their guitars that said, this machine kills fascists. You know how it does that? With love. Music soothes the savage beast. We proved here at the Love Show that love is music, and I think that music is just one way to kill a fascist. All the ways are love, because you don't kill them literally. You love them. They hate that. I'm not talking enabling either. I'm talking love. Love dissolves fascism because the two cannot exist in the same room. If you are loving, if you love yourself even a little, you cannot be a fascist. If you love your fellow man and woman even a little, you do not belong to a hate group. If you love, you are not a self-loathing narcissist. It's just not possible. It's like trying to be a living human being without breathing. It's just not possible. So now, we just have to set the self-loathing narcissists to loving themselves for who they are authentically, their best selves. That seems to be the easiest way to love yourself. Easier said than done, though. To be someone lovable, to be your higher self, be your best self, by doing better deeds, by creating peace and equality in the world. How do we do that? With love. Why? Because love, friends, is strength. Then you can look to your most loving moments in your life to bring you strength later, too. I find inner peace knowing that I have loved myself and others, and I find strength in inner peace. Is love inner peace? Another love show, but probably. So love yourselves. Then get out there and love. Form some love organizations. We need more of them. I love you. Thanks for watching. Love is strength.